Good morning, pop culture. We are live. It is Wednesday, July 10th, 2019. It's 7:57 a.m. and it's time to rock. So this is our third day of the week of Good Morning Pop Culture. Yesterday was the best day of the week, so let's top that today. So folks, get excited. We got some topics. We got some things to cover. And we got to say thanks because we got 2 super chats before the show even started. So first off, Jeff the Arnold, thank you for your $1 super chat. And also thank you to Justin Wirtz. Thank you as well. So we're back, as you've heard. Last night we had the High Council. It was a hell of a show. One of our biggest turnouts. Very exciting. But Ethan was on a roll, and I did not want to interrupt him. So I wanted to cover one topic, Brie Larson, and I will get back to the annoying motorcycle in the background later. I wanted to cover that, and I'm going to make a video talking about it probably for tomorrow. But today, we're going to poke some fun at Brie Larson. We're going to poke some fun at everything. The world of pop culture, outrage culture, all that stuff. If someone's offended, we'll make fun of it. So, my morning's going great, everyone. I just woke up. I made some coffee, and now I'm here. So, let's make this the highlight of my day. So Logan Michael Anti-Funko pops into the super chat. Thank you very much. He says, good morning to all except for Brie Larson and Pops. So Logan Michael, how do you feel about Brie Larson Funko Pops? Are they the literal worst thing in the world? Because you dislike Funko Pops, you dislike Captain Marvel. There you go. It's your most hated thing in one package. The Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey says, why did Hulk Pants have Mark Henry's face? Well, maybe they were related. Strong familial genes, something along those lines. I've never met Mark Henry, but I do see the family resemblance. It's quite strong. Eric Scallion gave $1. Thank you very much, Eric Scallion. I appreciate it. Yes, so more Stinky Brie. If you've been watching our channel for the last few months, if you've been a fan of pop culture in general for the last few months, you've known that Brie Larson's name has probably been spoken more than any other actors this year. She's had more articles written about her than Robert Downey Jr., Tom Holland, or, I don't know, anyone. The Rock, Daniel Craig. Brie Larson's name is at the top of the list. Her Q score or whatever it is super, super high, but her IQ score is super, super low. I don't like her. It's her Q rating, excuse me, I believe. And, it was okay when she was isolated to crappy little movies, but now she's moved up to the big league. She's a Marvel hero, in quotation marks, a her, if you will. And there's pictures of her playing Jedi, or excuse me, not playing, but dressed as a Jedi Knight. And you're thinking, oh, it's just a costume she's wearing. Yeah, but they're testing the waters. What if Brie Larson gets her own Disney Plus series as a Jedi Knight? I couldn't imagine a shittier outcome. That would make me disgusted. Amak Uno, thank you very much for your super chat. He says, stuck in traffic. Thank God for GMPC. Well, thank you for that. And you don't have to thank God. You can just thank each and every one of you guys. You want it, you make it a thing, and it's here. But I'm glad you're grateful. I'm grateful too. Sorry, I'm trying to make this coffee. I got little tiny cups now, so I'm used to the bigger cups, but these are small, and they kind of burn my hands. So let me know what you guys are doing right now, how you're listening to Good Morning Pop Culture. If you're working and lurking, if you're in traffic like our friend Amak Uno, if you're, I don't know, just at home playing video games, waking up on summer vacation, doing yard work, I don't know what part of the world you're in, what you're doing this morning. All wings report in. I always like to know what everyone does when they listen to our channel. By the way, I saw earlier in the chat, someone asked if I would have a streaming version of this show because it's hard to either catch it live or have YouTube run on their phone. Well, I have good news. Was it Terry or Todd that said it? Every day this week has already been uploaded. We're on iTunes, we're on Stitcher, we're on all those platforms, and every day has Good Morning Pop Culture so far. So if you are listening to this and you want to do the streaming version or download it for some reason, well, it'll be there. Every day is this week. I'm recording the audio dually, and you'll be able to, listen to it that way. But live is the best way. We can have a lot of fun. So it looks like a lot of people, some people are off, some people are sitting in bed. In the office, okay. Soot everywhere. Part-time fire performer. Oh, okay. Thundercats, that's actually a really cool career. Well, I'm sitting in front of a computer with this microphone and having a good show. So let's start talking about Brie Larson. We're back to her. Sorry. You can tell I'm afraid to talk about her. I feel like she's like Beetlejuice. You know, you say Brie Larson 3 times and poop, she appears. She's not like Johnny Wishbone where, you know, she's fun and she's from the island of St. Croix. No, Brie Larson is smug from the state of California. And my biggest concern is with Brie Larson. You've already had your Vice Admiral Holdo. You couldn't handle another Vice Admiral Holdo type character. See, the difference is Laura Dern seems nice, seems fun, seems like a normal woman. Brie Larson is the live-action version of Vice Admiral Holdo. She's not telling the man any of her plans. She's just doing it her way, and she's going to be smug and sassy. And, okay, fine, Brie Larson. Be smug, be sassy, be alone. I think one of the reasons why Mark Hamill is still so popular is part of his interaction. Yes, everybody loves Luke Skywalker and the Joker, but he seems like such a fun, friendly guy. You know, when people take photos with him, he's smiling, he's, you know, got his hands on their shoulders, he's doing all kinds of great stuff with them. Brie Larson is just like, you know, stay 10 feet back behind this velvet rope and don't look at me, but look at the camera type of thing. So it's not a good time for anyone involved with Brie Larson. Star Wars cannot handle that. I mean, it's just not going to be fun for anybody. And I'm going to show you a picture of Brie Larson as a Jedi Knight. Actually, I'm going to show you the photo from our friend Ichibaka, who is a huge helper to the Fandom Menace. Ichibaka, Data Racer, those two guys are really kicking ass and helping us out, spread the word, all the stuff they do. So thank you. But let's see. Here we go. This will be good for a laugh. By the way, folks, if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up button to let me know that you love Good Morning Pop Culture, and you know, spread the word. So here we have an image of. I think this is the best way to describe Brie Larson. She's a Kmart Jedi or a Jedi broad, right there. Hope she sees this image. I hope she gets triggered. I hope she flips a shit. Morning Pui, thank you very much. He says, reverse engineering at work. That sounds kind of difficult, Pui. I hope my voice doesn't distract you as we talk about all the terrible things like Brie Larson and Lucas World. Because the reason I'm going to cover that tonight as well is somebody sent me a tweet and said, hey, you talked about this shit. And again, when Ethan's on a roll, you just let him go. It's too good radio. So I didn't want to cut into his flow, and we'll talk about that in a little bit myself. If I say gerbil 3 times, Richard Gere will show up. Oh, Richard Gere's not welcome in this house. Lou DeMarzo, thank you very much for your super chat. The way the media eats up anything Brie Larson seems cult-like. They say they all say the same thing. We need this now. No, we really don't. You know, it's funny that you bring it up. I'm glad that you've noticed it too. We need this, we need that. The way the culture is reported on is kind of odd. Actually, it's very odd. The grammar structure or the sentence structure is broken. They make up words. They just randomly scream out stuff to, make a point. This yes, queen. Yes is not even a word. It's yes, comma, queen. But I digress. But I get what you're saying. It's like there's one PR firm that says, hey, Mary Sue, hey, IGN, hey, Huffington Post, hey, other websites, report this. Here is your version of it. And it's the same bullshit article over and over again. The only person that writes their own bullshit article is Scott Mendelson. But you should listen to me try to read some of his writing. It's very odd at times. I've never gotten through a Scott Mendelson article in one take. I haven't read a Scott Mendelson article in a while. It's actually refreshing. But this cult-like mentality behind Brie Larson is kind of scary. If it was any other film, if this was Brie Larson playing Power, well, she could never play Power Girl. She doesn't have the assets to play Power Girl, or the acting chops. That's what we'll say. She doesn't have the acting chops to play Power Girl. What she does have is a very angry, mean face. So maybe DC wants to cast her as Darkseid. Maybe DC wants to cast her as Granny Goodness. Who else would DC cast Brie Larson as? In the chat, cast Brie Larson in your ideal role. It doesn't have to be DC or Marvel. It can be anything. If you want to be mean and say you want to cast Brie Larson as the Muck Monster from the live-action Candyland film, go for it. I'm all about that. But make me laugh. Give me the best Brie Larson casting possible. Actually, the worst Brie Larson casting possible. My vote is Captain Marvel, because she's taken a smug character that was already unlikable and made her unbearable. Thank you. Oh, man. Oh, a Brie Larson fan page? Oh, Logan Michael, no. No. You're right, though, Michelle. She has no charisma. You know, Scarlett Johansson has a charisma. Yes, she's good looking, but she does have charisma. Same thing with Scarlet Witch, a.k.a. Elizabeth Olsen. You know, her acting ability, you are sympathetic with what she's going through. You know, she cares about Vision. That's an interesting dynamic. What is interesting about Captain Marvel? It's meant to represent a point. A cold, isolated, lonely female is what strength is. I know some strong women. That is not how they operate or act. Logan Michael, Anti-Funko Pop, thank you for super chat. Brie Larson as the door from Titanic. Well, Logan, you might have won. She's ass flat, ass cold, and hates men just as much. So Logan Michael is in the lead right now. Dio Brandis says R.I.P. Rip Torn. Can we do a shot for the homie? Yes, let's take a Brie Larson break. Permanently, hopefully. And let's talk about Rip Torn for just a moment. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. There we go. For Rip Torn. Now, I saw Rip Torn had passed away during the High Council. I like Rip Torn quite a bit, or liked Rip Torn. I think my first Rip Torn film was Men in Black, as he played Zed, which I liked Zed a lot. He was funny. But there are two Rip Torn roles that really spoke to me. The first off was Patches O'Houlihan from Dodgeball. I really like the movie Dodgeball, and Patches O'Houlihan's great. And the other was Freddy's father from Freddy Got Fingered. I know people are thinking Freddy Got Fingered is dumb. Yes, it is dumb. It was dumb. It will always be a dumb film. But dumb films are fun films. I own Freddy Got Fingered on DVD. I've seen it a couple times. And Rip Torn plays the dad. And I'm not going to repeat half of the shit he says in that movie, but it's dumb. It's ridiculous. Rip Torn had some range. He took any role, and I hope he lived a nice, long life. I mean, he was an older gentleman. I believe I saw he was born in, 1933? Okay, Google. How old was Rip Torn? He was 88 years old. Okay, so the hell of a life. So shout out to Rip Torn. Rest in peace. His gruff, gravelly voice will be missed. So, let's see. Wasn't he in 30 Rock? Rip Torn was in a ton of stuff. Down Periscope. Sometimes the biggest characters come from dumb films. Yeah, Peter, they do. Yeah, they do. And yeah, David, he did pass away. I think just yesterday. So he was 88 years old. You know, people love certain actors. It's sad to see people go, but it was a hell of a life. So that's all I can say. Good for you, Rip Torn. You entertained a lot of people for a lot of years. Rama, thank you very much for your super chat. Brie as the unnamed Imperial nurse who fantasizes about Vader and gets killed by him and disposed as garbage. Dark Visions 3. Apt casting, I'd say. Yes, very. You might be tied with Logan Michael. You are tied with Logan Michael for the door. That Darth Vader story has stuck with me. I'd be lying if I hadn't thought about it. I watched Empire Strikes Back, I don't know, a couple of month ago maybe, and I thought about that and how Darth Vader was going to turn around and stab some weird nurse that is in love with him. I mean, he has a burnt-off wiener, so he's probably pissed. He misses Padme. The Emperor's on his ass. He got a Death Star blown up. Like, it may have been a couple years removed, but that's a multi-billion-dollar, quadrillion-dollar space station. It was fully armed and operational, and I know he wasn't in charge, but he was second in command, and he screwed up. If it wasn't for Han Solo and Luke Skywalker, Vader wouldn't be getting yelled at by the Emperor. So he wasn't in the best of places. So any nurse that's trying to love him or fall for him is just wrong place, wrong time. I can't believe this is all part of Star Wars now. It's like I thought the herkly-jerkly bullshit of Chuck Wendig was bad, but that comic book, it looked bad. It was a stupid concept. They wanted to make Tarkin in love with the Stormtrooper. What is this? I mean, this is why Disney Star Wars theme parks aren't garnering huge crowds, because this new audience that consumes Star Wars, that should be like, oh, Disney and Star Wars and this and that, are like, this is dumb. What is this? I don't like this. No. And then the people that do love Star Wars, like me, like you guys out in the Fandom Menace, Ethan, Jeremy, everyone else, we're just like, this isn't Star Wars. It's not even about being our Star Wars. It's just not Star Wars in general. The planet of Butthole, or Batu, as it's actually called, doesn't appeal to anybody. We could have had a ton of great Star Wars themed attractions. It could have been its own theme park. And any state in the world, or excuse me, any state in America, any country in the world, and people would have visited. If I was Lucas, I would have done the research. I would have found out, where in America would be the best place to have it. And I would have done maybe an international one as well. Because the way Star Wars is, how rich the universe is, like a week there isn't going to be enough. If you're going to go see Hoth and Endor, Mustafar for Darth Vader's disembodied charred phallus, all those things. If you're going to consume that park, you're going to need a lot of time, because Star Wars has a lot of content, very rich. Even if you just glean from the original 6 movies, the only 6 movies in my eyes, my heart at least, you're going to have a good time. But I'll get into that in a minute, because like I said, I was asked, it was a request to cover a topic, and why not? We'll get the map. Daniel, thank you for your very generous super chat. I hope they actually cast Brie. I hope they call the movie Brie Larson's Star Wars. Star Wars is rotten to the core, and it just needs to burn itself down. Maybe one day it will be owned by someone who cares. Well, Daniel, I'm afraid that by the time someone else would own Star Wars, no one will care. Let's be honest. There are a lot of people out there, a lot of dedicated Star Wars fans, the kinds that get tattoos on their bodies, the kinds that, own all the stuff, that are getting burnt out. Rey, Finn, Poe, Rose Tico, Hux, Holdo, Snoke, Kylo Ren, they don't really, first off, their names suck. Name a Star Wars character with a shittier name. Greedo is better than all those. But you are, and it's not just a Fandom Menace thing. I will say this too. The Disney numbers being so low, no pun intended, kind of validate what we've talked about here on this channel for many, many, many months, actually years at this point. We've been covering Star Wars since the end of 2019. I think one of the first, I did, the Force Awakens video and a couple other Star Wars videos, and it wasn't cool and it wasn't hit back then. But what had happened was, around Disney forcing people, the theaters with The Last Jedi, those weird rules, like you have to do this, you have to do that, all those things. Once that started to happen, we just started to see an influx of, Disney Star Wars stupidity. No one else can buy it. Someone's just going to, maybe merchandise it, which is weird too, because you would think with Disney, they would buy it and market and merchandise the hell out of it. But I'm not seeing a lot of merchandise from it. There's some, but it's just all a bad place. Now we're going to have our Force Friday or Forced Friday coming up soon, but it's going to be weird. There'll be no Toys R Us. And if they underperform, they're going to have 1,000,001 excuses and complaints. So I'm not really concerned that someone will be able to buy it and do something with it. Or I have no hope for it, excuse me. Because when someone does, it'll just be, we'll be burnt out on it. There won't be any goodwill towards it. It's not like Lord of the Rings that ended and people were excited and they're going to come back and do, a Hobbit trilogy. And even though some people didn't like it, this Amazon show is going to get people to watch no matter who directs it, type of thing. We're just kind of like, oh, yay, more Star Wars. Woohoo. It's like death and taxes. It's inevitable, and nobody enjoys either. Lou DeMarzo, thank you very much for your super chat. Oh, thank you very much. There we go. If we're talking about Brie Larson, we're going to thank you very much. Brie Larson is the boulder from Raiders of the Lost Ark. Is perfect, trying to crush the toxic male hero. Ooh. So I'm just going to say we haven't had a bad recommendation for a Brie Larson casting yet. I can just imagine. I can just imagine somebody superimposing her face on the boulder as it spins. Because what a lot of people don't realize is Indiana Jones doesn't just look at the boulder and run off. He goes, and then runs off. He just looks at Brie, goes, ugh, and then just keeps on running. Maybe he'll let himself be crushed because he doesn't want to live in a world with Brie Larson. I know it's kind of dark. It's Brie Larson, though. I can understand. But yeah, I would fight back. I would run from Brie Larson. The best part is, though, that boulder gets trapped in that cave, and we'd never hear from it again. If only Brie Larson would go pull a James Franco movie, and instead of getting hurt and trapped, she just decides to move into a cave and eat bugs and rocks and other shit and become a nomad. Just, no more acting for you, Brie Larson. See, that's the thing. We never wish anything bad on these people. We don't wish them to be sick or ill is sick. No ill will is ever wished towards these people. But to just go away, to simply just Thanos snap out of existence, aka from our periphery, would be nice. So, Brie, bye. Justin Wirtz, thank you for your super chat. Big Top Pee-weeing. I don't know if we can talk about that on YouTube. They have all these weird restrictions. I don't want to get my channel shut down. I'm already not eligible for the membership option, which sucks. So hopefully, Big Top Pee-weeing. We'll talk about that on After Hours, Thunder Robots. Be prepared. Rama, thank you very much again. The extended Star Wars universe died for this. Yes, it did. The extended Star Wars universe died for this. The Clone Wars was ended for this kind of shit. And you go, well, Jeff, the Clone Wars was whatever. No, Clone Wars had more going for it. We have articles. We have proof. Clone Wars was canceled by Disney because it was too violent. So if that's what they consider too violent, if this video game is too violent, if people are writing articles and bitching that the lead is a male, we live in the bad 1985. And the good Star Wars did die for this. And some people say, well, there hasn't been good Star Wars since 1983. Yes, maybe that's how you feel. And maybe I feel similarly. But new Star Wars did something the prequels did not. The prequels didn't ruin Han, Luke, and Leia. They didn't take out the effectiveness of... They've built up Obi-Wan. Yeah, they made Anakin weaker. But the new movies attacked the core of what these new the original characters did. Han Solo is a deadbeat. He ran off. Oh, I got an illegitimate child, this, that, and the other. Here's the thing. Here's the stupidity of the Jason Ward rumor. If Rey is Han Solo's illegitimate daughter and she's all this Force-sensitive shit, who's the mom? Because it isn't Princess Leia. Han's not the Force-sensitive one. It's not in the Solo... Well, his name isn't Solo. We don't know what his last name is. Another Disney mess up. Thank you. Thank you, Walt's Ghost. Thank you, Kathleen Kennedy and Bob Iger. Yippee. You ruined that, too. You know what? I hope Rey is Han Solo's daughter. Let's find out all the ways you can disrespect the greatness of Han Solo. I don't know. You killed him. You embarrassed him. You took away his achievements, his military rank. You made him into something he wasn't. A coward. You made Han Solo a goddamn coward. Not cool. My Han Solo merchandise buying has slowed down or stopped. Only things I really get are from the P.O. box from like Salvador. So I'm not really... you took away my favorite character from me. You took away Jesse Milestone's favorite character. You gave us Therm Scissor Punch. So that's awesome. Sinbad the Pirate, thank you very much. You are part of the genius that moves us forward. Well, thank you. As you can tell, Sinbad the Pirate, I was starting to say, you are part of the Rebel Alliance and the traitor. Take her away. Sorry, my mind works in movie quotes. Some people's work in song lyrics. Some people's work in obscenities. Mine, movie quotes. But thank you, Sinbad the Pirate, and thank you for being here. You were a big part of yesterday's show, so shout out to you. Let's see. The toxic fandom will be one excuse. Yeah, they can try to blame us all day long, but it's just not going to happen. That's all I can say. Rama, thank you very much again for your super chat. Speaking on Solo, you ever played Sekiro? The point at which the character gets the name Sekiro has more emotion behind it than Solo ever did. Oh, I have not. I've never even heard of that. I thought at first you were talking about Sekiro, the anime, which is a weird one that I did happen to watch. If you're one of our anime fans, you'll know which one that is. But no, I have not heard that. Naming these characters, I think it takes away part of the fun of the Star Wars universe, because it's this fictional universe, this galaxy that's far, far away. These names, I do like how Star Wars has Luke is a real name, but Skywalker is not, and it becomes a fantastical name. Leia sounds kind of real. Organa sounds kind of real. But Han Solo sounds fake, made up, and fucking cool. That's just the coolest name in the galaxy, Han Solo. The Harrison Ford characters, Indiana Jones sounds cool too. Now, with Indiana Jones not being his real name, it's funny. It works. You know, Junior, what's this Junior? I like Indiana. We named the dog Indiana. That kind of character allows himself to be, you know, have his name not be what we know it as. And people still call him Indiana Jones. And even put it like this, that fourth movie couldn't ruin Han Solo or Indiana Jones the way that the 7th episode in Solo ruined Han. There's a reason why Harrison Ford doesn't want to. Well, there's other reasons why, but why would you want to play an embarrassed adult? A lot of Brie Larson love. She's being called utter trash. I never watched Unicorn Store. I know Jesse and Anna at Star Wars Celebration watched it, and they did a video. But the guys and I were trying to watch it. We never had time. We were out in the store floor, the floor of the convention. And we didn't have time. Maybe it's Horror Hound will make some time. Or we'll just do stuff that you guys actually care about. Alita has now hit Voodoo. I have not seen Alita. That's a terrible name, Aludu. A lot of people are saying that, oh, Alita is right-wing cult and all this stuff character. I'm like, what? It's based on a manga. Let people enjoy their female leads. Just because they don't like the ones you tell them to like, isn't it more important for the cause, in quotations, to have female characters that are accepted by society and people are excited to buy their movies than it is to have the right one? Like Jedi Broad 06248 should be an account name. We need one of those. But Jedi Broad, aka Brie Larson, no, this should say Jedi Board. Ha! You could do it 2 other ways. You know, it doesn't matter that it's the right one. It's the matter, you know, it matters that it happened. You know, don't cry, it's over. Be happy it happened, or whatever. I like that phrase. There's always more coming. Let's see. Smash the melee and lick the like button, says Joe K470. Listen to Joe. Be like Joe. Give us a big thumbs up and share us. Let's see. Robbed at Fun Point says, robbed up in this biatch. What blows my mind is how you kill Star Wars with bad stories. There is literally endless amounts of material to work. The work has been done. Yes, you do have literally endless stories to talk about. And it's like you pick the laziest first off. You do pick the laziest story to tell. You basically redo A New Hope. It's like JJ or whoever is in control, whoever is truly the Palpatine behind all this, because Kathleen Kennedy's too stupid to be a Palpatine, let's be honest. I'd believe her name is Sheev, but not Sheev Palpatine. Sheev Rebo. She's a band director on Coruscant. She's a party planner on Coruscant. So, there we go. But no, they do. They pick lazy rehashes. They want to remind you of the original Star Wars movies. Kids in the younger generation weren't worried about the original Star Wars. Give them something crazy and cool. It all was bad. Yes, they made their money in the beginning. There's no denying that. That's not even a question. But the grosses and the profits are one thing, or the net, excuse me. And we know, yeah, excuse me again, folks. And we know, just like Kurt Angle knows, that you can't, those aren't the same thing. Merchandise didn't do it. We're in a bad place. We've had some failures, some game failures, some marketing failures, a movie failure. Oh, yeah, by the way, Robbed at Fun Point, I finished the newest season of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Now, folks, quick detour. We're going back to the Star Wars talk. Don't worry. The thing about It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia season is they make fun of, the gender fluid bathrooms, this, that, and the other, sexual harassment. They cover all the big topics that you would think, well, making Matt gay would make it an SJW show, or making fun of this would make it anti-SJW. But they make fun of everything. They make fun of the culture very, very well. Now, is it a great season? No, it is my least favorite season. There are no great episodes. There are some good moments, like the Charlie episode and the the Pina Colada episode, and the Dennis gets his Range Rover back episode. But the show just doesn't have the same spirit. It should have ended last season. It wasn't great. So, Rob, this fun point. I just saw your Charlie Kelly, aka the Dayman icon, and I, excuse me, I had to cover it. Sorry about that, folks. At times my voice is shot. At others my voice is so strong. Right now I'm right in the middle. Mark Schaefer says, for a membership I can't click on. Yeah, so what happened is I contacted Google. I'm not eligible. Neither is Gary from Nerdrotic. They're slowly rolling out this feature. It's like not all channels are created equal according to YouTube. It's like, yeah, I bring in views, tons of views. Why can I not get, whatever? Well, that's just how the cookie crumbles. But I did contact them. They're putting me in the fast track for it. I've been in contact with Google a lot this week. There was something wrong with YouTube. It's working itself out. I'm optimistic and thankful. But I will eventually have that membership plan. I will have, little icons or emojis for all the guys on the show. So if you're a Dion fan, mine fan, Kendo or Nick, you'll get maybe a little old-fashioned doo-doo butter jar or a horse or Lena Dunham's back fat or something like that. You just get everything. If you're a fan of the WCBS crew, when you join our channel membership, you're going to get a lot of great stuff. We got some other stuff we're planning. Like I said, we are planning a merch store. It just for some reason, it's taken me forever to get stuff rolling. And once I do, we'll be in a much better place. But Mark, you'll have it as soon as YouTube allows me to have it. I tried to sign up for it last night. I was like, I'll work on this tomorrow and get it up for the Thursday night show. Well, I can't get it up for Thursday night show. I apologize. Logan Michael, Anti-Funko Pop, says, I recommend picking up the Friday the 13th product. Due to the lawsuit, prices for secondhand older figures have gone up in price. Logan, I'm actually kind of excited to see how they operate at Horror Hound for the merchandise. I know a lot of people are going to try to jack up the prices, a lot of the vendors, but I'll do a live stream and talk about it. It's kind of sad that you have to pick up this shit before it goes away. It's like the Star Wars videos, one last time. Money's great, but sometimes it hurts the fans. So that's what I feel like is happening right now. The Grand Inquisitor, thank you very much. The saddest part, thank you very much. The saddest part for me is I would have loved a good Han Solo movie. He's my favorite movie character. Disney has ruined it. F them all. F them Hollywood. Han Solo is my favorite Star Wars character. Top 5 favorite movie characters. James Bond's number 1. I might like Indiana Jones more than Han Solo, but it's probably number 3. There's a line in The Return of the Jedi where Han Solo says, Chewie and I have gotten into much more heavily guarded places than this. And it made me always think of I don't know how we're going to get out of this one and all this other stuff. These passing lines from Han Solo. And that kind of stuff always, it built up a backstory about Han, which I loved. And it made me really, really, really sad that this is the backstory we get. This is all that Disney could give us. This is supposed to be a world-class entertainment company. You give us dog shit. It didn't even look good. It was so... I feel the same way about Hollywood, dude. I feel the same way about Hollywood. They could do more. They just choose not to. And we the fans suffer. We pay the same amount of money. We pay more. Our money's equally good, but we get less and less quality products. I just don't dig that. Robert Sorensen. I feel like I know that guy, maybe. Someone get me a Darth Bane saga. So is that Batista going to play as Darth Bane? I know... That was the running joke about, Batista to be in a DC film. I'm only in good movies, but then he wants to be in a Star Wars flick. It's like, Batista, I love you to death, dude. You seem like an okay guy at times. Actually, a cool dude at times. But maybe you shouldn't touch Star Wars. Folks, cast me your ideal Darth Bane. I'm going to say Tom Hardy for on-the-nose reasons. That's all I can say about that. But thank you, Rob Sorensen. Maybe I'll see you soon. Rama, thank you very much. There are Star Wars fanfics that are 100 times better than whatever this trilogy is. At this point, wouldn't be surprised if Rey was the child of Han and Chewie. That would be a very hairy child. But, maybe Rey had some, what is that surgery you get to have your hair removed like Kim Kardashian's downstairs parts? Maybe she had that done. on Jakku, and so she could survive the heat. Oh, Michael B. Jordan. Of course it's got to be Michael B. Jordan. Thank you, Thunder Robots, for picking up on my joke. Darth Bane, Macho Man. Yeah, we got all kinds of great electrolysis. Thank you, Alan. There we go. I couldn't think of what it was. Yes, Brie Larson. Brie Larson. Ugh. God, I'm looking. You know what? Let's stop looking at this picture of Brie Larson. I was looking at Brie Larson. Brie Larson electrolysis isn't something I want to even think about. No, thank you. That your cab, the car horn. Yes, I'm leaving right now. I'm taking my computer and my microphone and my cup of coffee, and we're getting in the car. And even though I own a car, we're taking a cab ride somewhere. That's like the picture of me on Jesse Milestone's Twitter where I'm crushed in the back of an Uber. I wasn't really sober, so I don't remember that trip. She's like, yeah, I posted a picture of you. I'm just like, okay. And then I looked at it, I was like, oh, shit, you really did post a picture of me. So there you go. Yeah, Secret Rebel, I had a great time in the High Council as well. See, now when I'm a part of the show, it's like I'm one of you guys at the same time because, I love hanging out with Ethan and Jeremy, and I crack up. I crack up all the time about that stuff. We do have a big announcement to make. And by the way, the High Council is going to be on my channel, World Class Bullshitters, the one that you're listening to currently. So don't miss out. You don't want to miss out on that. We'll be prepared for the big announcement, and I might have another big announcement fairly soon myself. I just got to make the right calls to the right people. So if she's ready, to answer the call, and it's not a Ghostbusters reference, something exciting is going to happen. Logan Michael, thank you very much. He says, did Myers and the Batman get in okay? I got to go to the P.O. box, dude. I'm sorry. I've been out of town for a week. The month of July's been, I don't even remember what I've done. It's, YouTube's been whatever, so I haven't really had any whatever here on the channel. Been trying to do some live streams. I did get my part of my pages back from the lot, so today you're going to get an update on the comic. I'll take the high resolution photos, I'll put them in Photoshop to decrease the size of the image, and you guys are going to get, another look at the comic book. So I'm excited to share it with you guys. How do I get to your channel, S. Brad Noble? Well, just type in Star Wars or Captain Marvel. I'm sure it will pop up at some point. So let's start talking about this Lucasland thing, because I was asked about it yesterday, and I'm more than happy to talk about anything you guys request. All you have to do is, ask. So Lucasland, let me pull up the map, and then we'll move on to our next topic. Give me a brief second. What's great about today is that we do not have a frozen web browser. If only Kendo was available, because if he was, we'd be like, yo, Kendo, do you want to join the show? And Kendo would say, of course, because it's Kendo. He's always down for a good time. And, we'd have a host. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Sorry for the awkward silence. I just have to change web browsers. So while I'm busy, talk amongst yourselves. Stranger Things Season 4, should it happen? I'm going to go with no. There's a website called Star Wars Nut 77. If that's what you're into, that's what you're into. Let's see. View image. Boom. Is that big enough? Oh, that's plenty big. Darth Plagueis, ugh. As Brie Larson, ugh. I'm having trouble saying the sentences because it's such a dumb idea. Don't even phrase that. Not a dumb idea, a terrible choice. It makes me want to vomit. Ugh. How did I jinx myself, Cruel Sorrow? Oh, my computer working? So we had 3 super chats roll in. First off, thank you very much, Micah D2. He says, good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Micah D2. Thanks for joining us last night on the High Council. Thanks for joining us yesterday morning here on Good Morning Pop Culture. Just thanks for being a part of the community. Chewbacca fan 0824 The Virgin says, I see the toxic masculinity morning show is back. Yes, I'm a large man with a lot of toxic masculinity flowing through my veins. So, of course, I had to bring the morning show back. I had to spew it out among a new audience, or, very faithful audiences that, always show up. So there's my toxic masculinity here in the morning at 8:37 a.m. There's your time. This is Good Morning Pop Culture. And if this was a regular radio show, I'd run an ad and, come right back. This episode of Good Morning Pop Culture is brought to you by Parker Brothers, because I got a Parker Brothers board game next to my desk. Rugis, what's up? Rama, thank you for super chat. Gerard Butler as Darth Bane. All the Spartan kicks. I would enjoy that. When you say Gerard Butler, some think 300. I think The Bounty Hunter with Jennifer Aniston, which is a terrible film. When Dion and his wife Hillary were still in the dating phase, they watched a lot of bad movies. She picked them, I'd seen some chick flicks and rom-coms with those two. And that was back when Dion's like, yeah, it's pretty good. And now Dion's like, I don't want to watch this bullshit. And he just puts on, I don't know, Terminator again. Thank you, Dion. Thank you for being a real man of genius. So, there we go. Here is the Lucas world. So I like the idea of a Star Wars theme park, an actual Star Wars theme park. So we have, let me zoom in a little bit. We have Hoth, Bespin, Geonosis, Endor, Dagobah, Kashyyyk, Kamino, Naboo, Utapau, Mustafar, Hyperspace, and the Death Star, as well as Coruscant and Tatooine. So I'm not going to read you every little thing, but here's the entry point, which is cool looking. You got the Jedi logo or whatever. If this was me, I know I'd be very generic. It would literally just have a big thing that says Star Wars. I'm like, oh my God, we've made it. It'll be like the crawl. Oh, you know what? There's a fucking walkway. It's like an what are those? Like an escalator walkway, and it plays the Star Wars theme, and it's got the crawl that plays the music as you're moving. Tell me that would not be incredible. That's all I can say. That'd be incredible. You're just like, you're rolling. Holy shit, I'm in Star Wars land. Very cool. The only thing that sucks about this is that it's not real. Like, whoever designed this did a fantastic job. I love it. Only one or two things from the new Star Wars movies, I believe. Well, this X-Wing kind of looks like the one from the newer one, sadly, but it doesn't matter. We have Darth Maul's ship. We have the shuttle Tidarium. We have all kinds of great, crazy concepts. An Utapau roller coaster. The space worm is a bathroom. This is awesome. You know what this reminds me of is a Micro Machines set that came out as a kid. Anybody press 1 if you remember Micro Machines. Those were good times. I mean, even if you just walked through Mustafar, or they had like a train or something that went through it, it would be amazing. And you know how they have those like shuttle things that ride around the park sometimes? Have like a Star Wars themed one, or like, that Main Street bullshit they do at Disney. Have like a parade led by Luke Skywalker and his land speeder, and maybe like a Jawa sandcrawler, a scaled down one, of course. All kinds of stuff, and then it leads, or every day at noon you have an Imperial parade, and you have the Emperor arrive and all that stuff, and they talk about crushing the Rebel Alliance, and then Darth Vader, they're going to sacrifice a Rebel spy. And all of a sudden, from the rafters comes Luke Skywalker to save the day, or just some shit like that. It'd be fun. We need fun in our lives. We talk about entertainment not being entertaining. We talk about outrage culture ruining entertainment. It's what happens. These people that are so worried about titles and this and that, they're ruining everything. They've ruined Star Wars. They're ruining your lives. What else is there? Well, there's this channel and the Fandom Menace and all that stuff, and we'll be fun for you. They can't ruin us because, we're like public access. You can't cancel us. We're like Wayne's World, But I'm not going to sell out the Benjamin just yet or ever. And remember, folks, it didn't work. He still went on the air. He still got Cassandra her record contract. And they ended up getting married, maybe? I don't know. She wasn't married to Bobby, so that's a win for Wayne right there. But this park looks amazing. Like, the Bespin spinning restaurant is a great concept. I don't know what Hoth would be, but I would hope there would be like an Echo base that you could go in and like if you're going to do a Star Wars Land, you got to have full-scale vehicles within reason. You know, I know you can't have a full-scale Death Star because that's going to be visible from orbit, but you can have a full-scale Jabba the Hutt sail barge and skiff. And oh man, I know this would be terrible for legal reasons, but how fun would it be if you had a Sarlacc pit swimming pool or like a bouncy house that you could literally go off the platform, the plank, jump in, and then bounce around? That'd be so fun. I mean, it'd be so dangerous with hundreds of people doing it. But, you know, we're world-class bullshitters. We'll get it to ourselves for the day and just, you know, Geronimo, bitches. So, all kinds of great stuff. I really kind of am sad that this could never be a thing. Will never be a thing. It could be. That's the part that pisses me off about Disney. And, excuse me, was it Rama that said about all the possibilities of the stories and they went the worst route? This is the worst route they could have gone. You could have had so much. Camino water parks, Naboo shopping, Kashyyyk log flume. I don't even know. What would Dagobah be? It's a stinky bog. So, I mean, you have to take that into account. But it would still be a lot of fun. Dr. Coffin Nails, thank you very much. Jeff, when I hear the road noises, I imagine you're in Mad Max-style race for your life while doing the show at the same time. I would love to tell you that my life is that exciting. Maybe at times it will be. It's getting there. Other things are getting exciting. But no, I live in a really shit neighborhood, and it's just always either there's construction or hillbillies, or the worst is at night when I'm recording, because you get all the dudes that are riding their crotch rocket motorcycles like 89 miles an hour down my street. And you see, it's like right in the mic. And I can't tell you how many takes for videos have been ruined in the summer and the spring from motorcycle noises. So I do my best. If you guys ever pick up audio or ever have audio issues, I'm either trying to mask that I don't have a recording booth, or I'm trying to mask the fact that I can't cover certain things. So, you know, that's what's going on right now. Dr. Coffin Nails, we're not fighting for gasoline. Maybe I'll live stream my trip to Indianapolis Horror Hound, and we'll make it Mad Max style with Channel Dad Brian Lape driving. Yeah, like that's good. Actually, he's a pretty fast driver. If you want someone to get you there fast in a car, you want Channel Dad Brian Lape. He's like the Jason Statham of the Phantom Menace, except not bald or cool or British, or women aren't throwing themselves at him. He's a fast driver. Oh, by the way, Dr. Coffin, thank you very much. Rama, thank you very much as well. Haunted house style Hoth cave, cold and frightening. Ooh, I like it. You could do like a creature feature type of thing where like wampas and like deranged tauntauns are coming after you. How about you know, they have that haunted manor thing, the haunted mansion. Have it be like a Jedi archives thing where you go through and like you go look at the holocrons of all the dead Jedi, and the horror element is how they died. So it's like, you know, because a Coyote Mundi got shot in the back 60 times. Like you are like walking through and you see him. He's like, "Greetings, visitors." Blah 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 blah. And he gets shot a bunch of times and dies, and a clone comes into the frame. Maybe that's a little too dark for Disney World, but it's not too dark for Lucas World, and that's the world I want to live in. Sinbad the Pirate, if I lived on an Elm Street, I would be, well, as an adult, I wouldn't care, but as a kid. Okay, side note story about young Jeff. I was afraid of a lot of horror movies. If I saw a box, I had a nightmare. So luckily, I never saw an Elm Street or spent time on an Elm Street as a kid, but I couldn't have handled it. I'll never forget the first time driving through Illinois, because I had a stepdad in the 90s who was a truck driver. And we're driving through Illinois on the way home, and I was like, Halloween takes place in Illinois. I got really uncomfortable. If only at that time I had realized that Haddonfield, Illinois wasn't a place. It didn't exist. It's based on Haddonfield, New Jersey, and the film was shot in California. So the fear I felt was irrational at best, but it was there. It was real, and I was a dumb kid at times. That's all I can say. Billy Ritchie, thank you very much. Jeff, watch The Last Tsar on Netflix. Really good. All right, let me take a screenshot of your recommendation. I'm always drawing, always doing stuff. So, boom, screenshot taken. I will have to do. I will take your advice. I'll check it out. By the way, folks, if you're new here, or not new, if you just joined us, hit the thumbs up button so I know that you guys like it, and to let YouTube know that this channel is worth fighting for. So that's a simple request from a giant man. So let's see. I grew up with those movies. Freddy was a childhood hero because as a kid, I didn't like it's just stuff for kids. See, Grim Jim, I didn't like stuff for kids either. But so my first experience with Freddy Krueger was the song "A Nightmare on My Street" by Will Smith. That scared me. Then I saw the movie boxes, and it kind of messed me up. And then I saw the movie at 14, or I was 14. No, I was 15 going on 16. Yeah. 15 going on 16, and I saw the film and it didn't scare me, so I was like, okay. And then a couple years later, when I was doing, so I don't know if anybody knows this, but from 2013 till about right before this, I gave up on it a while before that. I was trying to do like an art print company. So my cousin and I were looking into like getting licensing to do art prints and take it to conventions and stuff. And he was going to take care of the business, and I was going to take care of the merchandise. So I would watch all these movies. I would research them. I would make these pieces of art. They're old. I've gotten better, thankfully. But he kind of just didn't follow up on it. So then I would work conventions to sell some of the art I made, try to make my money back. But I remember watching all the Nightmare on Elm Streets with my grandma because I know this sounds harsh, but I was babysitting her in quotations. And I would watch her, make sure she was okay. And I'd put on these movies when I was working. And she's like, "What is this?" And she sat and she watched Nightmare on Elm Street and Part 3 and all this shit. My grandma has seen all these movies because of me, and she thinks they're ridiculous. Every town does have an Elm Street. Every town has a Maple Street as well, and we'll go one to the other, one to the other. Now, Dream Warriors is that is the best Nightmare on Elm Street film, and that is one of the best songs ever for a horror flick. I know some people like Get Ready for Freddy and all that other stuff, and that's fine. You can like what you like. But I like Dokken. I like Dream Warrior. And I was coming home from the gym last year at some point, and I heard this guy playing Dream Warrior, and I just looked over at him, and I nodded, and he looked at me, and he nodded back. And then I turned the song on myself, because that song is kick-ass. Let's see. Mustafar was spelled wrong on this map, according to our friend from Knight Rider Companion. Oh, I didn't notice that. Now, is that a reflection of me or the map being bad? I'll never forget. I can never forget how to spell the word millennium, because as a kid, they had this special on TV about the most misspelled word was millennium. And I was like, I know how to spell it because of the Millennium Falcon. Because I would read Star Wars books regularly. By the way, we got a thing coming up. Not for YouTube, but for other platforms that we're on, some extra video content. We bought site hosting. We're going to be putting it up privately so YouTube can't affect it. And I'm going to go, I picked up some old Star Wars books from when I was a kid. And it was bringing me back. I was having some flashbacks. So if you want to hear more about what my relationship with Star Wars was in the 1990s, just be on the lookout. We'll announce that. Bomb shoes, thank you very much. By the way, also, I was playing Smash Brothers the other day, and I won my bout because of a bomb shoe. Brie Larson cast as the new Millennium Falcon ride. Needlessly complicated, a failure at being propped up by its industry, and unable of crying crowds. I like this. I like this idea a lot. Thank you very much. So Brie Larson is like the new Millennium Falcon with the flat dish. Insert flat joke. But she is needlessly complicated. You remember how sweet and great Gal Gadot was when Wonder Woman was coming out? She wouldn't say this about that, or that she wouldn't be baited into talking about the evils of men and all that crap. Wonder Woman was is a much better character than Captain Marvel by a mile, country mile. You would think I'm tired of talking about how terrible Captain Marvel is, but you'd be wrong. I have to do a commentary for the movie soon, and Jesus, just be on the lookout for that. That's all I can say. That is not going to be fun. But yeah, Brie Larson is the Millennium Falcon ride. Did I ever reach out to Geekdom 101 from way back, close to a year ago? I think I was wondering what happened with that recommendation. I may have. I get a lot of recommendations. I've been trying to make good on a lot of them too. We had a business meeting with Kendo and Nick the other night, and we have, you know, the channel's growing. We're very happy, but sometimes you lose sight of like the big picture, you know, like a very focused game plan. Jeremy has a team. Ethan has people. The guys on the podcast help, but a lot of the YouTube stuff's just me, and my mind is everywhere, trying to do a million things. So we've decided that, you know, we're going to be more focused. And I got my little, I have a little orange book full of shit to talk about. And you guys will be getting some stuff. And I'm going to try to do more crossovers with people. So Gary from Nerdrotic and I are going to be getting together soon to talk about Spider-Man, which is going to be fun. I'm just waiting for him to be available. But he's already agreed to it, so waiting to hear back from him. But then also we're going to be on the EFAP with Mahler and the crew. And you're going to be hearing more from me live throughout the summer. And I'm going to be producing videos. I need to find a way to produce faster videos, to be honest, on certain smaller topics. And then, you know, have the big ones. Because I got a big, heavy-hitting one for Monday. We're talking like old school, you know, the Star Wars data videos, or like the big Captain Marvel. Like, you know, it's basically a video that it gets you caught up on the situation. You learn the history as well as what's coming next. And you wonder, you know, what else? So don't miss out. And I know a lot of people aren't getting notifications. Just know that Mondays, you know, check YouTube in the mornings, in the mid-morning to find out what's up. We're on social media wherever. Hell, if you got access to me, you're one of the select few that, as my Facebook friend or whatever, just message me and say, hey, man, is there a new video yet? And I will send you the URL. And all I ask in return is that you share it. The stuff that gets shared obviously has the most reach, and we appreciate that stuff. We want to get back to having, you know, 200,000 views per video, you know, every couple days type of thing. We can do it. There's no reason. Folks, I believe in the fandom menace. Jeff, Gary, Doomcock, Exozone. Do it. I want to. I really want to. The thing about Gary and Doomcock is that I'm fans of their channels as well as like friends with them. So I'm very excited to interact with them. I wish I was going with Jeremy to go meet Gary from Nerdrotic. Obviously, it's Nerdrotic because I like Gary. He's a great dude. Never had a bad interaction with him. He's like the nicest, most genuine guy in the fandom. And people say, well, Jeff, you're the nicest guy. And I say, thank you. Thank you very much. But I'm not. We'll give that to Gary. I'm self-aware enough to know that Gary's nicer. David Hervey, thank you very much for your generous super chat. What if the reason why Disney did not add more original and prequel themes to Galaxy's Edge is because they plan on changing them to fit their liking? Look at Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes on YouTube. Ugh. Do we have to? Do we have to? No, to answer your question seriously, you can't with Star Wars because there's a big pushback. There was a big pushback from the Galaxy of Adventure alterations. Because the thing is, Star Wars, as well as other pieces of entertainment, are so ingrained in us, our popular culture, our modern-day myth, all these things. It's impossible to take away the memories of Star Wars. Like, Lucas, I don't know if I'm going to call him smart or whatever, but the way the special editions came out, we now live at a point where the special edition Star Wars has been out, and this sounds dumb, say it, but as long as the original had up until that point, so Star Wars has been out for 42 years, and it's 22 years of special edition versions. So think of all the people that watched that cut, that grew up with that cut. That is their cut of Star Wars. Hold on. I saw the Never-Ending Story song. I'll talk about that in a minute. Now you're making me fucking laugh. No. That is why I think you have your pushback from Galaxy of Heroes. Like, you want to call it, Galaxy of Adventures. It's, whatever. The YouTube clips. That's why people complain, because it's not how it goes. People know it. That is the story. You follow the story. People want the story. To try to change those things is always going to receive pushback, because there are literally millions and millions and millions of people who grew up with this that love it. And it's like in Hot Fuzz. Remember when they go see Romeo and Juliet, and the kiss was the only convincing part of the act, and she goes to shoot something, goes bang, and it plays that Love Me, Love Me song, and everyone's just like, oh my God. And they're like, taken aback with how bad they murdered Bill Shakespeare type of thing. They're just like, oh, that's what they're doing with Star Wars. And no one's going to go for any people at Lucasfilm the way they treated Eve Draper and Martin Blower. But what they will do is they will recoil with fear and anger and hatred and lead to the dark side, and they'll just avoid the theme parks. I mean, it sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy to say, but we were right about a lot of this stuff. And I mean, we as in the Fandom Menace, because we're aware of it. We're not looking for these things. The signs are right there out in the open. You know, with me going back to the merchandise and all that stuff, it's like, hey, remember, it's like, hey guys, this stuff isn't selling. This is the same thing on the shelf for a year. I mean, this is the same dent. I filmed it, I showed it, I proved it. At first, people wanted to fight back. And you look at the thumbs up to thumbs down ratio on those earlier videos, and people are just like, no, you're crazy, you're stupid, blah, blah, blah. It's anecdotal. Then we get data and figures, Hasbro all-time low Star Wars merchandise, solo, they don't even report it type of thing. It's on clearance when it just comes out. And it goes to prove that I was right about that. And the same thing with a lot of these. It's like, well, Star Wars Galaxy of whatever it's called, Galaxy's Edge, is, you know, no original trilogy stuff, no prequel trilogy stuff. It's not going to be as hot as people think. What are we talking about now? Low attendance, possible, layoffs, whatever the article from Clownfish TV was. All of these things are coming true. The only thing Disney has left to prove us wrong is $1 billion gross from Episode 9. And I don't think that's going to happen. You know, I don't think that it's going to be this multi-billion dollar film. I say 800 million, but that's about it. I know that sounds crazy. Oh, only $800 million, Jeff. Wouldn't you love to have that? Yeah. If you guys want to get me $800 million, I'll fuck off forever. You don't even have to hear from me anymore. But I don't think I have as good a chance as making $800 million as Star Wars Episode 9 has making more money than Avatar. It's just not going to happen. If the Avengers can't do it, and the Marvel Universe is the hottest thing in entertainment right now, I don't foresee that at all. Not even close. And that's a good thing. So, David, if they change those just to appeal to whatever, they're going to be met with a backlash. It's smart not to, but it's also dumb not to just give us what we want. We are the consumers, after all. And Joe Dirt knows that. You know, that's why you have your whistling bungholes, your spleen splitters, your whisker biscuits, your Husker do's, your Husker don'ts, all that stuff. You know, Joe Dirt might be crazy and stupid to some people, but it definitely has some validity to it. You know, life's a garden, dig it, all that stuff. And it's not about what you want. It's about what the consumer wants. So Disney, listen to your consumers and give us what we want. Speaking of want, I want to share something with you guys. I want to have a good laugh. So press 1 if you guys... Oh, hold on. Our friend Chris Mays, thank you for your super chat. Don't talk to Mahler about Spider-Man Homecoming. That's what he wants me to talk to him about, Spider-Man Homecoming. So I guess I'm going to be prepared to have to talk about Spider-Man Homecoming. I'm ready. That's the thing about Mahler. Mahler is a well-read, well-spoken individual, but I know my Spider-Man better than about anybody. So it's definitely in the Fandom Menace communities. I'm that guy. That's why I was kind of surprised that there hasn't been more demand for Spider-Man content this month. But oh well, I was wrong. So I have something that's going to make you cringe and laugh. Press 1 if you'd like to, well, thank you for the annoying background noise. If you'd like to see something that's going to make you cringe and laugh, press 1. As soon as I see a tank tread of 1s, be prepared, because I'm going to show you something disgusting and sad. I will wait. I'm a patient man. I can make this happen. Okay, so we see 1-1. A couple 1s. I'm waiting for that tank tread to roll in, and then we'll start. Okay, there you are, folks. There's a small delay. You're listening. Good. Good. We already looked at Brie Larson as a Jedi. That was our first topic this morning. It was disgusting. It has nothing to do with Brie Larson, but it will make you sick because this person may have hairy feet. Are you ready? Are you ready, folks? If you're listening on the audio version of this, you won't be able to see it, but I'll describe it in excruciatingly vivid, gross detail. Rian Johnson licking the ice cream that is Star Wars. So this is the biggest troll picture in history. I can't imagine a bigger troll photo. Poor Luke Skywalker. Poor Luke Skywalker. Now, here we go. Yeah, a lot of people are like, gross. This is disgusting. This is the perfect troll. This is Rian. This is, I guess, a microcosm of Rian Johnson's existence. Yeah, I found this on Twitter myself. So we talked about the story of the lady in Texas, not Lubbock, Texas, but another part of Texas. I believe it begins with an L. Disgusting looking Bluebell ice cream. And notice this ice cream's blue. It's made from the blue titty milk of that narwhal creature. I don't know what it's called. The Jedi of the Sea. I now know who may have licked the butter in my fridge. Don't worry. The butter's too salty for Rian Johnson. He goes for the very sweet and safe Star Wars ice cream. And there's a chunk of white in there. You can determine what that chunk of white is. But this is disgusting. This is what Rian Johnson has done to Star Wars. He's ruined it. He's taken it, something that was fairly good, fairly pure, licked it, given it its disease because he's got the flu. He's trying to start an epidemic, a pandemic, a demic, birdemic, I don't know. And then he's going to put it back and leave it for JJ. Now, JJ in the photo is laughing. Kathleen Kennedy is laughing. And poor Luke Skywalker. Poor Luke Skywalker. Oh, my God. I feel so bad. It's Lufkin, Texas. They're famous for their tape measures. Okay. I've never been to that part of Texas. I always say I've never had a good time in Texas, but I'm waiting for some listener, some person to be like, let's go to Texas and then have a fantastic time. I want barbecue. I don't want to get shot at. And I just want to basically live a king of the hill-like existence. Visit some propaneries. Just a good time. Yeah, Klaus Storg. No! Please, God, no! That's exactly how I feel about this. Oh, Ryan. Ryan's coming to get you. Somebody's coming. I guess that's supposed to be J.J. Abrams because of the glasses. It took me a minute, too. I thought that was Kim Jong-un for a moment. And, I saw somebody talk about ice cream challenges. Ice cream challenge. These internet challenges are dumb. The fire challenge, the cinnamon challenge, the this challenge, the ice bucket challenge. At least that raised money for ALS. That's cool. I'm all about raising money for a good cause. I've donated the stuff. I believe in that stuff myself. But like licking an ice cream in a store, I swear to God, if I see somebody do that at my local Kroger, I'm going to take the pint out. I'm going to throw it on the ground and call them something terrible. And I'm going to go get the manager. I'm going to say, go get your camera footage. This person's licking ice cream in your damn freezer. This is disgusting. I'm not shopping here anymore. And that's not cool. A joke is a joke. It's great until someone gets sick. Keep your nasty-ass germs to yourself. The people that are doing this, they have no sense. Forget those people. This town needs an enema. Oof. Well, the result of an enema is what The Last Jedi was. Logan Michael, Anti-Funko Pops, thank you very much. Here in Lubbock, there are some sightings of ice cream licking, but no one has been arrested yet. Well, Logan Michael, I don't want you to approach anybody in a dangerous way, but if you see someone licking ice cream, take your secret stash of Funko Pops and just attack them. Berate them with the Funko Pops, or just shame them, or take a photo and show the manager. That might help the most. Terry H., your update on the comic. Yes, there is an update, a good update. Like I told you guys, at the end of June, I would send off a huge batch of pages to the colorist. I would get those back, then it goes lettering, blah, 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 and we're, there. I have a portion of the colored pages back. Not many, but some. I will download those and decrease the resolution to share them on Twitter today, probably by tonight. Oh, by the way, folks, I'll be back tonight live with our patron Salvador. He requested it. So if you guys want, streams with me, join our Patreon page. It's a certain tier. It's not the $1 tier, but there are tiers. And when we do our subscription thing or whatever, that model where you can join the membership when YouTube allows us, we'll do like Ethan. We'll have our monthly streams, private exclusive streams for you guys where you can get involved and get closer to us here. And maybe, if there's a lot of people that become members, I can try to get guests for that too and make a whole big thing. So just, do the part you guys are doing. Keep us alive here on the YouTubes, because we need you guys. They don't need us. You need us. We need you. But to get back to your comic update, I will. I can't show every panel on every page because there are story spoilers, and there's going to be a relaunch for those who didn't get the book, and that'll be out sooner than, put it like this, there'll be a relaunch before the book comes out to avoid spoilers, because the ending, it's not like it's not your traditional comic book. This isn't Spider-Man swings off into the horizon to fight the Green Goblin another day. This is a story. Does it set up for the sequel? Does it set up for more? Well, you'll find out when you get your copy, and if you backed it like Terry has, thank you very much. But like I said, it's very important that I do this before any kind of spoilers can get out, because the ending will shock you. It'll make you laugh. It'll make you cry. It'll make you hungry for more comic books from me. But I will have an update of some art today, and just a small, like, hey guys, here's more art to prove that the project is still moving forward. We're almost at the end, blah, blah, blah. Thank you for your patience. Because believe me, I'd like to be completely done myself. So there we go. I hope that was a good enough. I can't say colored anymore. It's pages of color or POCs. Well, since I'm technically, not white, can't I? Don't I still have that that privilege card that I can pull? Oh, son of a bitch. J.J. Abrams' phone has Spider-Man on it. Thank you, Terry. I'm glad you guys are patient. I gotta say, the audience we have, the people that back this project, you guys are really awesome. I know it's delayed, but you guys have been really, really cool and understanding. And thank you. It makes me happy to know that the people we got are cool. So, George Alexopoulos on Twitter. There we go. I'm not trying to not give this dude his credit. I just saw this on, there we go. I think I took a screenshot. I might talk about this picture in a video. Have a good laugh. I am not going to let J.J. Abrams destroy Spider-Man. I will go on a one-man crusade to save the character that I love so much. It's funny. People talk about, why do you care about Spider-Man so much? Why do you care about that first movie so much? If it wasn't for that first movie, you guys wouldn't have any of this shit the way you do. Yes, Ethan would have been an artist. Jeremy may have done whatever. But you wouldn't have the high council and the channel the way you do, because the way this works, and I've told this story before, but our audience keeps growing. Like, I may have told this story when we had under 100,000 subscribers, because we've only done maybe a handful of Good Morning Pop Culture since we hit 100,000 subscribers. But that first movie inspired me to draw, to get into comic books, like not just like buy books and read them and put them away, like to get into the culture, the behind the scenes, all kinds of stuff, storytelling, movie making. It really got me excited about a lot of this stuff, which set me on the path to here, through the artwork, through this, reading, all kinds of things. And after I got really hyped about Spider-Man, I started to learn about other properties, other things, that just really got me into where I am. So I'll never forget, something about that movie got me in the right mindset, and now here we all are. So if you hate Raimi's Spider-Man, just remember, if you love this channel, it did kind of bring you this channel. So there you go. Plus, if you also hate pro wrestling brought you the podcast. Why? Because without pro wrestling, I would have never met Dustin. And without Dustin's 19th birthday at the strip club, I would have never met Dion. We'd never formed the greatest friendship of all time. We also wouldn't have met Kendo, because the reason Kendo's on the channel is because he's like, hey, I'm a patron. I want to be on the show. And he was going to go to a pay-per-view in St. Louis. And I said, would you like to report back and come back again? And, he tried out, and he was a great replacement. And now he's as much of a part of the show as any of us. So, those things, if you hate them, just remember they brought you what you love. So, let's see. Jeff defends Spider-Man. I defend 24 TV show. Jack Bauer. It's funny. You don't have to defend it. That's one of Dion's favorite shows. I'm okay with it. I've seen a couple episodes. I haven't done a whole season, all 24 episodes. But I like the concept. I like Kiefer Sutherland. I like the Lost Boys. That's a good show. It's a good show. Oh, bro, Paulo Creed, you got to tell me that story off air. You got to tell me that story. I got to hear it now. So, Kendo's best show is WCBS number 62. I think you're just pulling out numbers there, Rude, just because Kendo wasn't even on episode 62. I think he started at episode 80 something. Ha! Proved you wrong. How did you meet Mindless Entertainment? Star Wars Celebration. Jeremy was there. Anna was there. It was funny. Jeremy's like, hey, man, I'm heading in with the girls. Come and meet us. So the guys and I met them at the gate, and we hung out that whole week. We had lunch, turned into a liquid lunch, and the rest is history. Geek Truth 64 says, good morning, pop culture. Welcome back. Well, Geek Truth 64, thank you very, very much for that. And it feels good to be back. Like I told you, maybe there was a part of me that missed it. I've been busy with other shit, but there was a part of me that was like, oh, good morning, pop culture. I think I'm going to do it for a week in the summer, see how it goes. People seem to be very, very happy. In an ideal world, I'll be able to put out, 2 or 3 videos a week, the good ones, and then do a morning show. That'd be awesome every day. And then a nighttime stream. I'd love to. I need to make that happen. I will make that happen. I'll find a way. I'll change my office setup. I'll record myself talking. People seem to watch that. I look at Tim Pool's videos. His numbers are ridiculously high. The quarterings are high. That's my goal. PewDiePie numbers. I can do it. I got the skill. I can let myself go and be crazy. I can get nuts. Want to get nuts? Yes. There's Etep Queen's place to be reviews. Good morning, dude. Thank you for being here. But yeah, Geek Truth, I'm glad you're here. I don't know if you heard yesterday or Monday's episode. Today's actually been a hell of a show. We're getting ready to talk about the legalities of something that I found quite interesting yesterday. I got to pull up the article. But I wanted to talk about that. But yeah, we've had some fun. And I'm going to be back tomorrow and Friday morning. We'll close out the week. And tonight I'll be back. Tomorrow night I'll have a show. You're going to get a lot of Jeff this week. I feel like I owe it to you guys for being away for so long and the odd nature of YouTube kind of keeping you from me. Even though it's not technically my fault, I will, I'll still give you more to make up for it. But you can always go back and watch the old videos too. By the way, that Captain Marvel video keeps jumping. It's almost to it's past 750,000 views. Or no. It will be at 750,000 views today. That's blowing my mind. It just doesn't stop. If that video passes 1 million, I'm going to do something crazy, some stunt or some bullshit. Because it's making me laugh. So now, let me pull up. Where are we at? Where are we at? I'm trying to figure out. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I hit my microphone. I'm talking about the... What the hell is going on in the chat? JJ's lady is jealous. Why does Luke in the picture look like Chris Pratt? I don't know, because Chris Pratt's defeated. I don't know. I don't know. Sorry. The article I'm trying to pull up is about... Where is it at? Damn it. It's about Spider-Man and the legality of him going back to Sony. God damn it. It's like I find these things and they're so great. Just give me a second, folks. We'll be fine. So, give me a moment. Give me a moment. Oh, Batman 89. Talk about Batman 89 amongst yourselves. Best film of 1989. Go. Okay, so where is that article at? Because it was really interesting. I wanted to pull it up. Here we go. Found it. Now, I enjoyed Far From Home enough, but I would like for this to happen. I know this sounds dark and mean, but I'm kind of interested in the possibility of all of this shit. Batman 69 would be better. In a rubber suit? Really? Like, I'm open to whatever, believe me. But Batman in a rubber suit? Whew. That's gotta be sweaty. I have this one sweatshirt that like doesn't breathe. Oh my god, you just drip. Cesare Japan says you won't be able to top the quarterings. Brie Larson got me this shed purchase video with the Captain Marvel numbers going up, or can you top that? I don't even know what his numbers are on that. Combined, my Captain Marvel videos are well. Let's see, one has 2.2 million. The second lowest has 700 and something thousand, another 700 and something thousand, another 500,000. The lowest is 150,000, but they're all really, really high. But remember, the quartering has over 5 times the audience size that I do. So if you look at our performance here on this channel, it's really impressive because just the ratio of like subscribers to views is crazy. We've always been like that, and I'm fine with that. I'd rather have 1 million views on a video in 4 days than, whatever. But, I'll take them both. It's going to happen. Yes, the Shado, we did cover Rip Torn. Rest in peace, Rip Torn. I'm a fan. I was a fan. I loved him in Men in Black, Freddy Got Fingered, and as Patches O'Houlihan in Dodgeball. So we always give a shout out to our fallen actors that we did respect and enjoy. And it was he lived a good life. He was 88 years old. It's hard to get too upset over somebody who has lived a long, healthy life, but still you care. So rest in peace, Rip. There we go. All right, so let's talk about this Far From Home thing. You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Damn right. What was it? You're about as useful as a cock-flavored lollipop, or whatever he says in the unrated cut. Great movie. So, if Spider-Man Far From Home doesn't break $1 billion, Sony breaks free of the Marvel Studios deal. Now, I saw this yesterday, and I was impressed. Or not impressed, I was surprised, because I didn't know how it worked. I didn't know how the deal went down. I don't know if this was publicly announced prior and I just missed it because I was so over the moon about the other Avengers movies or what. But clearly, it's almost there. It's like more than halfway there in a week. But what if it has massive slowdown? I don't know. It'll probably make its money. Avengers didn't beat Avatar, so anything's possible. Dewey didn't beat Truman, even though they announced that. But I'm going to read a little, just a small portion of this. The specifics of major Hollywood contracts are notoriously difficult to ascertain, but the occasional insight we do receive often come from actors revealing how many movies they have left in a particular franchise. But a new report has uncovered a Spider-Man contract speculation that would allow Sony to wriggle out of its deal with Marvel Studios and once again give Spidey's original studio home full autonomy over the character's cinematic adventures. Good thing that won't happen. Now, I don't know if it's a good thing that it won't happen. Maybe there is some good to not have Spider-Man in the MCU. I don't know. It's interesting to see the scenario. In a recent edition of journalist Richard Rushfield's entertainment industry newsletter, The Ankler, Rushfield peels back the secretive curtain of the deal that was signed between Sony and Marvel back in 2015 to share the character. The original Sony-Marvel Spidey deal to co-produce these movies stipulated that if this Spidey cleared $1 billion, Marvel would get to oversee a third. If it hadn't, full control would revert back to Sony, he writes. So obviously we know it's at $600 million. It's made a lot of money. It's getting good reviews. Some people love it. Some people like Jeremy don't love it. I'll admit my score of the film, 1 percentage point of it is, or one of the points is literally based off of J. Jonah Jameson. So whatever. But if he wasn't whatever, I'd be a 6 out of 10. It's a well-made film. It doesn't look bad. The CGI is kind of iffy. The plot's very thin. It's a very like summer movie where there's not any depth or heft to it. You know what's sad is it almost has less depth and character development than Con Air. And I watched Con Air the other night. I was like, yeah, this has got some stuff going on. It's not great, but all the characters are fleshed out, cartoonish versions of real people. But they have backstories. Spider-Man, we've had better Spider-Man movies. We've had worse Spider-Man movies. If you think this is the worst Spider-Man movie, I'll say, excuse me, sir or ma'am or otherkin, have you seen the Andrew Garfield films? And if you say no, I will tell you never to watch them, but just know, trust me, that it's a terrible film. Those are terrible films, especially the second one. Though it has a great-looking costume, the movie's dog shit. It is just, you know what? Maybe Sony shouldn't take over full control of Spider-Man again. Should not. So Endgame is only 14 million away from Avatar, which that could happen. I kind of want it to. Here's the thing. As an Avengers fan, as a Marvel fan, it'd be nice to have Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, and the rest of the crew become the biggest movie of all time. But at the same time, it's just giving Disney more money. I don't know how I feel about that. I personally purchased less merchandise based off Disney properties. Unless they're X-Men Marvel Legends figures. I have no shame. Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man was bad enough for me. Never again. I know I've made this, Ethan talks about the Zapruder film. The analogy, the comparison I always make is, remember that episode of The Simpsons? The Valentine's episode, I choose you. And you can see the very moment where Ralphie Wiggum's heart breaks. That's how I feel about some of these Amazing Spider-Man films. There are moments where you can just watch my heart break as I recoil in pain and sadness and depression. What have they done to my boy? You go from Spider-Man 2, where he's saving people on trains and being carried, and I believe there's a hero in all of us, these heavy, deep themes, and you're really, really invested in the whole intelligence or whatever is a gift, or it's a privilege or whatever, not a gift, and all this other shit. Really heavy themes, make you think. And then you got, hey, Spider-Man's going to fight a guy in a mechanical rhino suit, and, when disco dancing down the street with a bad haircut is not the lowest point of your film series, we need to have a serious talk. Now, I will... wow. I will talk if I can get my voice back. I will say, Avi Arad has this idea that he wants to pursue, breeding pine trees or making an animated film based off a Sam Raimi film. I can never tell. I would be behind an animated Spider-Man 4. At least Sony knows the value those old films have. And very least, I feel like you owe us some merchandise based on them. We get Batman merchandise from 30 years ago all the time. Just throw us a bone, throw some Spider-Man. I think I'll have some fun. For me, Spider-Man 2.1 is still the best Spider-Man film of all time. Me as well, Knight Rider Companion. Me as well. I watched that cut. I don't do Spider-Man 2 proper. I got to watch 2.1. It's got the extended fight. It's got more moments. I kind of like when you do alternate takes. I still have yet to watch the Spider-Man 3 editor's cut. But there's an Instagram thing I follow, and they cover all these deleted scenes. So we're missing out. Square-shaped testicle. Thank you very much. Starting advertising for my trilogy early. See it! I'm ready to see your trilogy squared. I almost said square-eyed testicle. What does that even mean? Square-shaped testicle. I'm going to say it. No, I'm not going to say it anymore. I'm done. I'm glad you're starting your trilogy advertising early. I can't wait to see Knives Out. No, I can wait. I can definitely wait. We have 483 people watching. Please remember to pound the muff button, everyone. It helps the channel, says Superfan Adam Shawhan. So yes, folks, 483 people watching. That's 100 more than yesterday. So thank you. I'm really, I'm glad that the Good Morning Pop Culture Show is catching on. Let's get those numbers up. Is it we have 126,000 subscribers. Is it too much to ask for 26,000 people to watch live? I don't think so. Is it too much to ask for 126,000? I don't think so as well. It's a good, calm way to spend your morning. I'll cover whatever you want. It can get weird. It can get funny. If you're stuck at work and you're bored, listen to us. It'll help you get through the day if you're working and lurking. And for those out there, working and lurking mugs are going to be a thing. Even if Good Morning Pop Culture is not here every day, I will provide you with the Good Morning Pop Culture mugs, shirts, and whatever else you require to help you get through your work day. There'll be nice, bigger mugs too. Nobody wants a little tiny cup of coffee. Everyone wants the big cup of coffee to help you get through your morning. Maybe you want to Irish your coffee up if you're at home for the day. No matter your reason, no matter what you need to do with your coffee cup, we'll give it big. That's how we operate on this channel. We're a big channel. We do things big. So every time I say thank you very much, you want me to keep doing the Brie Larson? Thank you very much. Fine. Every super chat we get, I always thank you guys anyway for the super chats. That'll be how I respond to all of our super chats. Thank you very much, Logan Michael, or thank you very much, anybody else. We can do it like that. So we'll do it like that. But yeah, I just found it interesting to get a little peek on the inside of Spider-Man's business dealings. He is probably the most convoluted character in terms of who owns him, what you can do. I remember there was a photo the other day. God, 7 years ago is the other day to me now. That's how time works. No, there was a couple years ago, there was a photo of the Avengers playing in front of a green screen, and it was a picture of Spider-Man on a leash being carried away by his handler, and he looked sad and everyone else was having fun. I was just like, oh, Spider-Man can't play. I felt really bad. I love that image. Micah D2, thank you very much. Are you doing the Good Morning Pop Culture Show every day now? I'm loving them. It just depends. If videos bring in more, than Good Morning Pop Culture. I don't know. It's kind of a hard thing to do getting up so early. Like, I don't mind it. I love doing the show. Like, I'm having a fantastic time. But the way my scheduling works, it's like I'm here from 7:45 till 10, which is fine, no problem. And then I have a little bit of time from 10 till noon. Or not 10 till noon, 10 till 2, and then I go to the gym. I get back at 4, and I got to try to find time to make videos because, we do want to grow the channel because we are, this is my livelihood, my business. And when I did all Good Morning Pop Cultures, like Micah, I don't know when you found our channel, but from August till the end of last year, I mostly did Good Morning Pop Cultures, obviously the High Council, and always the podcast. And we went from 70,000 to 74,000 in the span of 4 months. And I will say, you guys really kept the channel alive through the super chats and all that shit, that you didn't really suffer in that regard, but we just didn't grow. Then I told myself, beginning of the year, we're going to do more videos, and we went from 74,000 to 126,000 in, 7 months. So we've almost, we've gained over 50-something thousand subscribers this year alone. So it's a balancing act. I wish I had more time. I wish I had more of an ability to do all of these things. And even though Good Morning Pop Culture has its own channel, not that many people watch when it's over there. I think we did Good Morning Pop Culture over there once, and it got there was 40 people watching live. There's 480 people watching now. So you have to figure out a nice balance. So you will always get a Good Morning Pop Culture after I host a High Council. Like, it's 1,000 thumbs up. So you guys will always have that power. That's never a problem. And, just keep these things rolling. They do big numbers. I will come back. The audience speaks for what they want. Like they say, the customer is always right. And so you guys are here, and we'll make it right. But I'm glad you're loving them. And I'll say it again. Thank you very much. It's nice. It's very nice for me, too. We'll talk about the brawl, the Disneyland brawl, on the podcast this week. We'll cover it. We'll just mention it again because I want to hear Dion's take. It was kind of embarrassing to watch that. I'm just like, man, these people get into Disneyland, they do some messed up, repugnant shit, and I'm kind of sad. What is the Spider-Man box office at currently? Okay, Google. What is Spider-Man Far From Home's box office? It swings past $600 million worldwide. So there we go. Probably where it's at. It earned $185 million its opening weekend, which is good. The theater I went to up in Columbus with everybody, there was 4 of us. We had the only 4 seats together. We went and saw it in IMAX. It was a great time. But it was mostly sold out for a lot of the screenings, or they were mostly full. So that's a good sign. I didn't pre-order Spider-Man tickets. I pre-ordered Avengers tickets because that shit sold out in a minute. When a movie's going to be a big event when the pre-order sells out. I have a feeling I could walk into a theater 10 minutes after Star Wars starts and there's still an ample amount of seats. That's all I can say. What am I going to do when Google Hangouts is disconnected next year? Well, just keep watching. We already have our next plan. I told you I had a business meeting with the guys. We are going to become... We're already the most dangerous channel in the Fandom Menace. And the reason I say it like that is because we hit people with the facts. You can't deny the stuff the way we cover it. So people are like, oh, shit, they have proof. Proof is the most dangerous thing to, you're going to call them SJWs, outrage culture, whatever you want to call them. Proof is the most damning thing. It's evidence. There's no denying. If I pull up articles from, sales figures from the New York Times or this or that or the other, you guys can't go like, well, not you guys, but somebody can't go, that's just this guy's opinion. He's wrong. No, these are the fucking facts. But with our new stuff, we want to become the most must-see, meaning you don't want to miss a show or else you're going to feel real bad about it. So we have a plan for what's going to happen when Google Hangouts disappears. We might implement that plan way earlier before Google Hangouts disappears. We'll still be here on YouTube. We'll still have all our same options and all that fun stuff. But don't worry. You're going to like it. Like I always say to you guys, we're going to improve the channel, but we're not going to take anything away. To get better or to grow or to do whatever, you don't have to sacrifice anything. So you don't have to sacrifice videos or the podcast or anything like that. I would love some breakfast pizza right now. But Metropolis, the robot from Metropolis is better looking than Captain Marvel. Yeah, I mean, all right, folks, make me laugh. Name me things that are better looking than Captain Marvel. I will wait. I do cross-reference quite a few sources. I'm excited to make the next one. Like, we'll talk about Toys R Us and stuff like that. I actually went out into the field and filmed some stuff, and you guys will have some stuff that you're dying to watch. And YouTube's back on the upswing. It's been a rough month or two. It's just, people are on vacation. YouTube is changing its whatever. We're on the way back up. I'm excited. Brie Larson is... Oh, Greg Hammer Valentine is better looking than Captain Marvel. My sausage looks better than Captain Marvel. The Golden Girls looks better than Captain Marvel. The Golden Girls are classy, beautiful individuals. They are perfect. No, I've told this story. My grandma was talking about watching the Golden Girls with me once, and she's like, "Yeah, they don't put out any new episodes." I'm like, "Grandma, I'm pretty sure the Golden Girls, some of them were dead at that point. I think B. Arthur had been dead, but she just didn't remember." I was like, "Oh, she's so sharp, but doesn't realize Golden Girls are no more. They're dead. They're a parrot. They cease to be." Yeah, they're all dead except Betty White. Is Betty White the best Golden Girl? Yes, she is. That's a trick question. Dion looks better than Captain Marvel. You know who doesn't? Lena Dunham. Yeah, Lena Dunham doesn't. I saw Charred Phallic. Is he here? Darth Vader's disembodied Charred Phallus? Oh, public urinals. Man, you guys are harsh. I like it. That's why we're all friends here. Believe me. My granddad still watches Last of the Summer Wine. He's 92. Isn't that the show with Captain Peacock from Are You Being Served? It's like his name Frank Thornton, something like that. Micah D2, thank you very much. Better looking than Captain Marvel? Easily. They're easy. Blue waffle. Fuck. No. Kind of gross. But I'm going to agree with you anyway. Gary Buechler looks better in a Captain Marvel suit. Yep, I've seen the photos. I agree. Logan Michael anti-Funko Pops. Jason Voorhees balls. Well, thank you very much. Jason Voorhees balls look better than Captain Marvel. Does Jason have them anymore? Like Darth Vader. I think the people that kill the most are eunuchs. They're angry. They don't got anything down there. No twig and berries. No tackleberry. Or Tackle Fairy, according to Jeremy. God, I love that show. No, I think that's why they're pissed off. That's why Jason kills. He uses the spear. It's his machete. It's his big phallic symbol. He's like, it's gone. It fell off in the bottom of a lake. If yours fell off in the bottom of the lake and you were invincible, wouldn't you be pissed off too? Wouldn't you? I would. I would try to find a way to not come back. Like Freddy Krueger's a dream killer. He can make one grow or whatever. He can use his glove. He can change his shape and form. But Jason is stuck looking like a goober with no balls. David Hervey, thank you very much. Golden Girls would not survive in this PC era. No, that is... I don't say these things because I'm super nostalgic for the past. We talked about it yesterday, and I was actually thinking about it. Because that's one thing I do. When we have our little discussions on Good Morning Pop Culture, sometimes I just sit and I think about them in great detail. And I was thinking about, for me, a lot of nostalgia isn't that I'm necessarily nostalgic for the thing. It's that the time, the freeness in my life that I'm nostalgic for. And those things were out, and you think of the positivity surrounding your life. But there are some times you do pine for the old days, the old ways, if you will. And yes, like Al Bundy would never work today. But it's still hilarious. I think the first piece of entertainment or comedy that can be non-PC by today's standards and still be successful will dictate the next 10 years of entertainment. We're getting to there's a breaking point for all of this stuff. And I think we've reached it for a lot of, this political correctness in entertainment. These things don't last. They don't at all. And they shouldn't. They're bad. They're bad pieces of entertainment. They're stupid. People will eventually get tired of this, and they'll want to laugh at something raw. My vagina jokes have already outstayed their welcome. It could be a female comedian. It could be a male comedian. Just tell me something funny and make me go, oh, I can't believe they said that. and I'll be very, very happy. Dio Brando, thank you very much. Is there a WCBS Discord? There will be. There's going to be. Nick was telling me how we can do a couple things. So, like I said, the business meeting was awesome. I accidentally recorded it, but I'm not going to release it because it's all of our plans. Why would I ever release those? It's like a Death Star. They're not in the main computer. Well, they are in the main computer here. Just don't want to, spill the beans. You guys just got to keep watching. You're going to get all the information. We'll make a public announcement. We have picked a date to make the public announcement. We'll have everything done by then. And it's going to be an all-new version of this channel. And the rest of the year will be crazy. That's all I can say to you. I love the Goldbergs. The Goldbergs is my favorite TV show currently. You'd say, well, what about It's Always Sunny? It's Always Sunny has fallen off. The Goldbergs always delivers. It's funny. It's great. I just love it. I love the show. I love the characters. I love the actors. Jeff Garland, cool dude. Wendy, was it McLendon Covey or whatever her name is? She's great. She carries the show. That woman deserves an Emmy nomination and a win. Beverly Goldberg is one of the greatest TV moms ever. She's not like a Claire Huxtable or a Elise Keaton, or just somebody that's kind of like wise and guiding and a little bit sassy. Beverly Goldberg is the best. She's funny. She reminds me of my mom in a way. Like, if you ever want to know how my mom is or was with me when I was a little kid, minus the going to school part, she was like that with me. Oh, we got to do this. Oh, she didn't call me Schmoopy. She called me other stuff. But, that's maybe the show hits a little close to home. I may have been an only child, but I did have one of those moms. Not a smother, because she's one of those people. She's like, you got to go out into the world. You got to go out into the world and do your own thing. And I appreciate that. But she's a great lady. I do love Goldbergs. Oh, you were in the Goldbergs? Damn it, Knight Rider Companion. And you know Adam F. Goldberg? We need to become friends. That's all I can say. No, I listened to Love Ninja the other day in the car. It snapped the neck of my heart. Okay, so the 80s. Okay, Bro Paula Creed has an interesting point. Damn it, the Goldbergs, which I love, is a better representation of 80s Stranger than the 80s than Stranger. Let me reread this because I'm just bleh. The Goldbergs, which I love, is a better representation of the 80s than Stranger Things, which I hate. I do think Stranger Things has reached its expiration point. I don't want to shit on it constantly, but I'm kind of just like, it was good. It was what it was. But I'm kind of over it. And I know a lot of people are over it too. Which is kind of sad because Hopper was so awesome. Like, I really, really like David Harbour. I think he's a good actor. He's kind of what we need right now, like as an everyman type of character. I really appreciate him. But, whatever. He's just watch Stranger Things Season 3 and you can make up your own mind for that. There's really not a lot that I'm super excited for in terms of TV. I want more greatness, but Sorry, I was trying to pull. There was a hashtag I wanted to cover today. It was oddly about Barbie, like the doll, and I thought it would have been a good laugh. So let's see if I can find out. Let's see. There's another notification where that is. There we go. Let's have a good laugh. Let's have a good laugh. That's how we're going to close out our show today. It's been a great show. I want to thank everyone for joining us. We're not leaving, but let's cover something you never, ever thought we'd talk about here on this channel, the Barbara doll. So there we go. Hashtag Barbie's Dark Secrets. Now maybe I should get in close like this to discuss Barbie's Dark Secrets. I don't know. Should we? Press 1 if you want to talk about Barbie's Dark Secrets. I also want to make up some Barbie's Dark Secrets. We should do this together. It's a journey. Yeah, people are like, what is this? It's going to get weird. It's going to get fun. It's another reason why you want to catch me live. Because people are like, dude, what happened? Why did you get all dark? Well, these are Barbie's Dark Secrets. So, Barbie's Dark Secrets. Her mom paid $500,000 and photoshopped her on the rowing team to get her into USC. Hashtag Barbie's Dark Secrets. That was a little dark for Lori Loughlin. Hashtag Barbie Dark Secrets. She failed all of her court-ordered anger management classes. God, I just want to fucking murder you. Hashtag Barbie Dark Secrets. She's got kids now. Ugh. You got to make sure you're watching this one, folks. I got the screen share. The bimbo thing is just an act. She's got a PhD in economics. How else could she afford her own car and dream house? Hashtag Barbie Dark Secrets. Here's the best one. She got a restraining order against Woody on the set of Toy Story. Hashtag Barbie's Dark Secrets. She doesn't have periods. She has commas. Hashtag Barbie's Dark Secrets. Hashtag Barbie's Dark Secrets. She has 2 aspiring rapper daughters. Barbie's dream house is a house of ill repute, and Ken is their pimp. Hashtag Barbie's Dark Secrets. That gets a thumbs up from me. She's definitely a serial killer. I found this pic of her on the deep web. Please don't support her. She's a monster. Hashtag Barbie's Dark Secrets. That poor doll. That poor doll. Let's see what some of you guys have for Barbie's Dark Secrets. Wow, bro, Apollo Creed, that is dark. She had an abortion so she could be successful. Hashtag Barbie's Dark Secrets. Jesus. Barbie's Dark Secrets. She's really a Kardashian. Ugh. She needs the electrolysis for the downstairs parts. Ken lives with Ryan Johnson. Hashtag Barbie's Dark Secrets. She caught Ken sleeping with Ryan Johnson. Hashtag Barbie's Dark Secrets. I wonder what Barbie's sausage secrets would be. Does anybody know what her sausage secrets would be? That time Ken was out of his wrapper. Hashtag Barbie's Dark Secrets. She fucking hates Ken, but keeps it together for the sake of the financial opportunities. Hashtag Barbie's Dark Secrets. Oh my God. Wear a raincoat if you go down on her. Barbie's a squirter. Hashtag Barbie's Dark Secrets. That's so gross. I'm done with Barbie's Dark Secrets. Fuck it. I'm done. Ugh. Her sausage secret is that she has a sausage. No judgment whatsoever, but I'm not a fan of the crying game for that reason right there. One time, Barbie had a pack of hot dogs with her butt. Ate a pack of hot dogs with her butt. Hashtag Barbie's Dark Secrets. What? She doesn't buy groceries anymore. She just licks the top. Hashtag Barbie's Dark Secrets. Oh, God. You guys are darker than Twitter. Okay, I'm done with Barbie's Dark Secrets. If it's still funny, we'll come back to it tomorrow. Barbie's Dark. I'm going to let Dion come up with a dark secret for Barbie. You guys, we get darker at night. The show is more raunchy in the evenings, and I'm okay with that. They stopped selling Skipper dolls because Barbie drowned her in the pool at the dream house because Ken was side-eyeing her. Hashtag Barbie's Dark Secrets. Barbie's Dark Secrets. She's a natural redhead. Oh. Is it a dark secret if it's red? I don't know. Oh, she does. Barbie is actually a redhead. She hides it so she doesn't get replaced. Hashtag Barbie's Dark Secrets. She left Jeremy for Ken. Hashtag Barbie's Dark Secrets. Dion is Barbie's Dark Secret. Brad Noble, you win the internet today. Thank you very much. There, you got a free one of those out of me. So boom. I love it. Oh, Barbie's Dark Secrets. The Barber doll. I live in a house with a lot of them because my mom collects them. Ugh. Jeff's Dark Secret. There you go. Tim Riggs, Good Morning Pop Culture back. Dude, this is the week of Good Morning Pop Culture. You've missed 2 episodes, mostly a 3rd episode. I'll be back tomorrow and Friday, and then that's it. Poof. Vamoose. We're gone. For a little bit, at least. So, enjoy it. It's been a lot of fun. Dion's the winner. Yeah, I do love the Barbie's Dark Secrets. Wasn't Barbie? Yeah, Barbie's in Toy Story 2. Oh, yeah, because the Prospector had that deleted scene. Did you guys hear about that? The Me Too Barbie, the scene removal, they took that out because it was too offensive. Whatever. You're welcome, Brad Noble. You're welcome. I know all there is to know about the Crying Game. Well, I did it around the halfway mark of the film. Barbie was played in Toy Story 2 by the voice of the Little Mermaid, Jodie Benson. I was not aware of that. George Alexopoulos, I finally got your name right. I'm the guy who drew the Rian Johnson licking the ice cream. Well, first off, George, thank you very much for the super chat, and thank you very much for drawing it. It's very well done. Do I still have the thing pulled up, the tab? I do not. Shit, or else I'd show it again. Dude, that made my day when I saw someone share it. If you ever draw stuff like that and you want retweets and shares, you just come to me. I will share it. Fantastic work, great concept, great execution. Let me take a screenshot of your name so I can give you credit when we talk about it, because we will talk about it. I would like to feature it in a video and maybe, link your Instagram or Twitter and all that stuff, because it kind of is the perfect image to describe 2019 so far. The trolling of Rian Johnson. You know what's sad is he'll get to a point where he has to troll to stay relevant. I think that's where he's about to be. Knives Out, this brave new film from Rian Johnson. It's like, no, thank you. I don't care. Daniel Craig and all these other actors are great, but Rian Johnson can suck a fat one. I would love to see a Ryan lick the ice cream, Ryan the Boatmaker crossover. I tried to get in contact with that Subversive Jake guy, but I never got responses back. So I hope he's cool with us still. I love Ryan the Boatmaker. That's how we'll end Friday's show. We'll do a reading of Ryan the Boatmaker. That'll get you to come back around this time Friday morning. Be prepared, because we're going to have that. Now, people in the chat are talking about the next Star Wars trilogy with Rian Johnson and all these things. Do you want the negative optics of Rian Johnson? Like, what does Rian Johnson add? Is it the ego of like, hey, I got to be right, or that's about it? Because, the morale of this franchise is at an all-time low, and you do not want to miss my next big video covering that. This is going to be, like I said, in the classic vein of that. Last time I covered this topic, I was in New York, so that would have been 3 months ago, actually. And there's new news, so don't worry. But I'll never forget. I got off the plane, and I had it pre-uploaded for 11:15. The video went up. It got 100,000 views by the time I met Cecil, and we gained 1,000 subscribers in a day. I shit my pants, metaphorically, because the apartment in New York was so small that if I didn't, I couldn't fit on the toilet. But that's a story for another time. I don't want to tell you that. Jeff and the Tiny Toilet. If somebody wants to write a fan fiction about that, please don't, because it's kind of weird and gross. Barbie's Dark Secret. George Alexopoulos, thank you very much. I'm still the #1 artist on our comics, but can't post. I have an Indiegogo running for the book called Mary Sue, if I can pimp it. Of course you can pimp it. I always like to support other artists. I'm thankful to have this platform, this very large platform, so my projects are able to reach a lot of people just through this alone. But you have a lot of talent, and folks, check out Mary Sue, spelled M-A-R-I, Sue, on Indiegogo to help out George Alexopoulos. I'm sure we'll be talking about him regularly now. Tim Riggs says, jokes on the ground. Sorry, first off, thank you very much, Alex, and thank you very much, Tim Riggs. He says, jokes on the Roundhead. He's the toxic one. Poison Star Wars and probably every movie he does for the next decade. Hope he enjoys that. You know, Tim, I'm reminded of The Big Lebowski. You press one, folks, if you've seen that movie. I'll wait a second. It's going to be a great comparison. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting for that one. Waiting for that one. Okay, we got one. Cruel Sorrow is on it. Cruel Sorrow is the most attentive listener today. Shout out to you again. Thank you very much. So, do you remember the scene where they go visit the guy in the Iron Lung, and they're convinced that the kid stole the money, and they get the he buys the Corvette. You see what happens, Larry? You see what happens? That's how Rian Johnson's gonna be. You see what happens, Ryan, when you fuck a franchise in the ass instead of a stranger? That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. Everyone's going to remember Rian Johnson. They saw what happened when you give Rian Johnson a massive franchise, and they're going to remember all the stuff he said, because we're going to remind them. You know, the channels between Ethan, Jeremy, and myself, you know, we're all in the 100,000 plus mark by a lot. We reach a lot of people. Rian Johnson, in 9 years, he's going to be like, hey, guys, I got this great, I'm doing a Babylon 5 movie. Well, remember what Rian Johnson did with Star Wars? Do you really want to trust him? And he'll go, guys, come on. That was a decade ago almost. I'm sorry for The Last Jedi. I'm going, Ryan, you done trolled yourself for the last time, Broham. It's over. It's done. We will never forget. Phantom Menace never forgets. I know that sounds kind of mean, but look what he did to Luke Skywalker. You got to pay. What about Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers? Yep, you see what happens, Larry. Oh, you see what happens when you feed a stoner scrambled eggs. You clearly know the censored version. Or you see what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps. I love that so much. God, The Big Lebowski is that a perfect film? Yeah, I wouldn't change a single thing about it. Line of dialogue, note of music. Big Lebowski's I think it's my top 5. It's number 5 on my top 5 favorite list. That or Hot Fuzz. I'm torn. I love both of those films. Folks, show me your top 5 in a message, and I'll respond back. We got 5 minutes left of this show. Let's do. We could do that at the end of each show. A top 5 countdown at the end of each episode. So get your messages to me as quick as possible, and we'll make it, a top 5 outro type of thing. That'll be fun. The Princess Bride is a perfect film. I like The Princess Bride. That is a good date movie, or just like, hey, you want to come over and hang out and watch a movie? Everybody seems to like that movie. Men, women. It's a good film. I got it on Blu-ray. It's a great film. First time I ever saw it, I was a little kid watching Sunday afternoon TV movies. Oh, Princess Bride was always a good time. At first, I was like, what is this? And then I saw my dad, Andre the Giant, and he offered me a peanut, and I watched the film. It's a great way. Oh, Jonathan Hurst, we actually talked about that. Jeremy made a point about the announcement. It'll be next week. We're not trying to string you along for like a joke or marketing purposes or anything like that. We wanted to make the announcement. Anna's situation happened. We didn't think it would be respectful to make the announcement then. So we wanted to wait a little bit. And then we've just been so busy with me being out of town and Jeremy doing his stuff and Ethan doing his stuff that we haven't had a chance to make the announcement. But we talked off air last night, and we're going to make the announcement next week on my channel, World Class Bullshitters, this channel, your favorite. We'll be covering it on next week. We'll have all of our stuff. The arrangements will be made. There's a little bit of work to be done behind the scenes, but once we make the announcement, it's going to be huge. So do not miss out. We will make it. It's happening. It's just, life and stuff like that happens. So just be on the lookout. So Tim Riggs, thank you very much for your super chat. He says 5 perfect movies: Ghostbusters, Casablanca, The Godfather, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Star Wars. Oh, I like that. I love that list. My second favorite movie of all time, Star Wars, is on that list. So you're not gonna get an argument from me. I mean, top 5s are very personal, but that's also a perfect top 5. Can anyone top that? Let's see. I'm looking. No. Let's see. Ooh, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. That's a great movie. Rip Torn died. Rip Torn died? Yeah, how did I miss that? Yeah, Square-Shaped Testicle. He did pass away. He was 88 years old. Lived a good life. Nice, long life. Good actor. Let's see. Tombstone is in my top 5. I'll be a Huckleberry. Good movie, The Good, Bad, and the Ugly. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of great films on this list. Now, I see Godzilla, Megatron Prime. Do you mean Godzilla 2014, Godzilla 1998, or Gojira 1954? Is that when it came out? Godzilla? I don't know. Pick one. You tell me. Okay, Crowded Animal wins. Their top 5. Ghost Dad, Spice World, Scary Movie 3, Suicide Squad, Bratz the movie. That's a perfect way to end the show, folks, but I can't because our friend Mongo Ventura, thank you very much, Mongo, for all your Godzilla figures. By the way, I do need to edit the video. I'm sorry. He has sent a super chat that says, "Morning, Jeff. Have you seen Cecil's Human Centipede video? It is perfect." I haven't. I need to catch Cecil's videos. I complained about how our videos aren't reaching the audience through the subscription feeds. I haven't seen anything from Cecil in a while. I guess that's the same thing that's happening to me. I gotta fix my subscriptions. Some of my channels I've subscribed to, I haven't heard from in a while or even watched, so I need to fix that. But I will watch Cecil. I love Cecil. Great dude. Might invite him on next week. Who knows? He might help us close out the show. Logan Michael, Anti-Funko Pops. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I gotta get like the cadence down. Thank you very much. That's sarcastic and bitchy enough, right? Very. Verily. Number 1, Brazil, 1985. Number 2, Goodfellas. 3, Batman 89. 4, American Psycho. 5, Halloween 78. Logan Michael, that is an excellent list. I have yet to see Brazil, your favorite film. I need to. I like Jonathan Pryce. I like Terry Gilliam. But 2 through 5 are also some of my all-time favorite films. I don't know where I'd rank Goodfellas. I think Goodfellas is my favorite mob movie. Some say Godfather, some say Godfather 2. Excellent films, well made, damn near perfect to some, but I prefer Goodfellas. I like Ray Liotta, Joe Pesci. Just love that movie. Also, let's see. Obviously, I love Batman 89. American Psycho, I watched that the other night. And Halloween 78 is my favorite horror film. So, Logan Michael, you are a very wise man. You have excellent taste. And thank you for the Knight Rider action figure. So, folks, let's see. It's 10 a.m. It's time to close out the show. I got stuff I got to do. So this has been Good Morning Pop Culture for July 10th of 2019. It's been a hell of a show. I'd like to thank everyone who joined us this morning, who sent in the super chats. You're all thanked very much. And we had a lot of fun. We covered, I feel like, some good topics. We didn't have too much downtime. We didn't have computer issues. Yes, our guest couldn't make it yesterday because of my shitty frozen web browser, but we had a hell of a time. So I will be back tonight. Do not go anywhere, folks. I'll be back tonight with our patron, Salvador. Now, you're thinking, oh, patron streams. I don't want to listen to a patron. I want to listen to you. You want to listen to Salvador because that dude is awesome. He knows his shit. We're going to get into some spicy topics. We might call on a guest or two. You never know. Maybe Gary from Nerdrotic is free tonight. Haven't heard back from him, but we'll find out, and we'll have a lot of fun tonight. So we're going live around 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Always Eastern Standard Time in World Class Bullshitters Land, because that's where I live in the Midwest. It's boring. It's hot. It's sunny, but it's also 10 a.m. here. So do the math. Figure out when we'll be live and join us. So, folks, until next time, do what I always do, or what I always ask, and it's go out into the world and be excellent to each other.